The garage held echoes of laughter, now swallowed by silence after Mark's passing. Liam seeks answers in their shared space, battling the relentless what-ifs of suicide's aftermath. Will he find closure or deeper despair amidst their unfinished project? This story explores the fragile path of grieving, revealing how acceptance, not answers, can mend a shattered heart. Discover how love persists, even in the face of profound loss. Liam stood before the locked door of the garage, the place that once was alive with laughter and ideas he shared with Mark. It had been months since he last crossed its threshold, but today the silence inside called him with a strange urgency. The garage was a shrine to both friendship and loss, and stepping inside felt like opening a wound that never healed. Mark's death by suicide was a shadow Liam wrestled with daily. Anxiety gnawed at him relentlessly, twisting his mind into spirals of what if and why. What if he had noticed the signs? Why didn't he say more? Every conversation replayed endlessly, every laugh they'd shared now, wrapped in layers of pain and guilt. The garage, their shared sanctuary, had become a monument to his perceived failure. Pushing open the door produced a creaking protest, and the dim light spilled over the cluttered workbench, tools scattered as if Mark had just stepped away for a moment. In the corner stood their shared project, a weathered wooden chair. Mid-restoration, its surface rough and uneven. It was unfinished, suspended somewhere between memory and reality, much like Liam himself. His fingers trembled as he reached out, lightly brushing the chair's frame. The repetitive motion released a torrent of restless energy within him. Anxiety churned, but strangely, the simple act of sanding the wood began to soothe the storm inside. He wasn't repairing the chair. At first, he realized he was punishing himself, grinding down the surface in sync with the turmoil inside his heart. Then something caught his eye. A small folded note tucked neatly beneath Mark's familiar toolbox. Liam's breath hitched. His heart pounded violently against his ribs. Could this be the answer? The reason he'd sought so desperately? With hands shaking, he unfolded the paper. The words were simple, achingly ordinary. Sandpaper, wood stain, varnish, pizza for Friday. He blinked the mundane, list striking him harder than any revelation could. There was no hidden message, no confession or explanation, just a shopping list, the kind of thing two friends might casually jot down between projects. Everything Liam thought he needed to know shifted. Mark wasn't a puzzle to solve or a mystery to untangle. He was a friend, overwhelmed by pain, a person navigating struggles, unseen by others. The crushing weight of Liam's anxiety and guilt began to crack, releasing a vulnerable ache that spilled out in tears. He sobbed not out of despair for the unknown, but out of acceptance for the unknowable. Time passed in the quiet garage as Liam allowed himself to feel the grief without fighting it. When the tears finally subsided, he looked back at the chair, no longer a haunting reminder of what was lost, but a symbol of what remained, their bond, imperfect yet enduring. Picking up the sandpaper again. Liam worked steadily, not seeking answers, but honouring his friend. Each stroke of the paper against the wood was a step forward, not an escape, but a gentle acceptance. The chair would never be perfect, just like the memories, the grief, and the healing process. In the soft glow of the fading afternoon light, Liam realized that healing was not about solving the unbearable. It was about holding space for the pain, for the silence left behind, and for the quiet love that never fades. And so, one thoughtful sanding stroke at a time, Liam began to mend, not just a chair, but his heart. The setting sun cast long shadows across the garage, turning the dust motes into dancing embers of light. Liam paused, the sandpaper still in his hand, and gazed out the open door. The chair, now smoother to the touch, stood as a testament to his slow but steady progress. He imagined Mark smiling, a sense of peace washing over him that had been absent for too long. He knew the grief would return in waves, but he also knew he had found a way to navigate the storm. The chair of quiet acceptance stood as a symbol of their enduring friendship, a reminder that even in loss, love remains. With a deep breath, Liam continued his work, knowing that healing is a process, not a destination.